Hello, all. This is my next part of Johnson's age, the age of sensibility or the transition period. This age is start from the poetry of James Thompson. His great poems are The Seasons, The Castle of Indolence. In his nature poems, he rejects Pope's couplet and reversion to Milton's blank verse, as well as the Spenserian stanzas. Dr. Samuel Johnson is the representative writer of this second half of the 18th century. John Dyer, the other poet, he wrote Grongar Hill, Shenton, Schoolmistress. These are the odes. Thomas Gray also wrote Pindaric odes in elegy written in country churchyard. We find the revival of medieval literature in these writers. Macpherson's Ossian, Hurt's essay on chivalry. This is a romance. In Walpole's Castle of Otranto, Chatterton's Rowley poems, Samuel Johnson's he wrote London, the Vanity of Human Wishes. Oliver Goldsmith wrote The Traveller and the Deserted Village. 18th century is the era of novels. We find some uh, ancestry of novel traced in Lilly's Euphues, Nash, Jack Wilton, Sidney's in Arcadia, Delaunay's in Gentle Craft, and Defoe's work. Some characteristics of novels. The first great the first great English novelists are Richardson, Henry Fielding, Smollett, Sterne, Johnson's in Russell's, and Bernice Evelina. Mrs. Radcliffe. The heralds of the romantic revivals of poetry, we find Cooper's in the task. This is the great poem, an innovator but a mixture of the old and the new. Blake in the Songs of Innocence, Songs of Inexperience. Robert Burns' poems in the Scottish dialect. Songs. The section of prose of the age of Johnson, we find the revival of the periodical essays by Johnson and Goldsmith. Boswell wrote The Life of Johnson. Johnson wrote Dictionary. Goldsmith in The Vicar of Wakefield essays, The Citizen of the World. He also wrote plays She Stoops to Conquer, The Good Natured Man. Some other 18th century letter writers were Lady Mary, Wortley Montagu, Chesterfield, and Horrocks Walpole. He wrote The Castle of Toronto. To quote Byron, this novel is the first romance in language. The other dramatists of this age are Goldsmith, Sheridan, Addison, Young, who wrote Revenge, Johnson, Irene, Richard Sheridan, the rival of the school for Scandal.